Dustin, very good to see you. An important question today. Should you claim Social Security at 62? Claiming Social Security at 62 may sound appealing, but it of course comes with trade-offs like reduced lifetime benefits and the Social Security earnings test if you are still working. So let's break down all the pros and cons. I was surprised to learn, Dustin, that almost 1/3 of people claim as soon as they're eligible at 62. It's known as panic claiming. Why is that?
Yeah, so in many cases, let's say someone, they feel like they don't have the best health, not a lot of longevity in their
Yeah.
family. Maybe if they feel like if they don't claim those benefits earlier rather than later, they're not going to be able to fully enjoy them. In some cases, it may be a lack of resources or a lack of choices. Let's say someone loses a job in their early 60s. They have a hard time finding comparable employment,
Mm,
or maybe someone, they just don't have the assets that they need to provide the income that would be needed to bridge that gap from age 62 to 67. In other cases, you talk about 1/3, that number should not be that high. So a
yeah.
lot of these decisions are reflexive decisions.
Right.
I've seen cases where someone has plenty of resources, they have plenty of choices, but it comes down to a lack of understanding. They may just reflexively choose to take those
Yeah.
benefits early because they don't fully understand what they're giving up.
Right. Or their neighbor took it at 62 and they said that's what you should do, which is not the correct answer. And we're going to get to that in a second. But first, Dustin, let's talk about exactly what you give up when you claim early versus waiting until full retirement age versus waiting until even 70.
Yeah. So looking at the numbers, if you claim benefits at 62 instead of full retirement age, you're giving up about 30% of your lifetime benefits or your monthly
Wow.
benefit. If you look at someone who claims benefits at age 70 rather than age 62, that benefit's about 54% higher. Now, that
Mhm.
doesn't give us the full picture, because when you look at your statement, what you're not going to see, Aaron, is that your benefit not only increases each year you defer, but it increases by the cost of living adjustment as
Right.
well. So if we just assumed a 2.5% COLA, someone who defers their benefit from age 62 to 70, the benefit doesn't go up by 54%, it goes up by 74%.
Mhm.
Another thing that could increase your benefit. So if you're putting off claiming those benefits because you're still working, it's likely you're in your peak earning years. So that means you're replacing years in your record potentially. Let's say that when you had a part-time job in college, so you didn't contribute much to the Social Security system. If you work another year during your peak earning years, you're going to drop off that low earning year, replace it with a high earning year. That will also serve to increase your benefit.
Mhm, mhm. And I'm glad you mentioned, working or if you claim early, because that brings up the Social Security earnings test, which I think a lot of people don't necessarily understand, Dustin. So can you explain how this affects people who continue working after claiming early?
Sure. So if you claim early prior to full retirement age, until you reach full retirement age, each year, if you have earnings that are over the income limit, for every $2 you earn above that limit, they're going to take away $1 in benefits, and that limit's only about $23,000. Once you hit the year where you reach full retirement age, that limit increases, and then that limit goes away. Once you've reached full retirement age, you can earn whatever you want, and your benefits won't be reduced.
Mhm. And what happens to those withheld benefits?
Sure. So Social Security will calculate the months that you've missed earnings from going above that earnings test, and they'll add those months back to your retirement age, recalculate the benefits. You may later get a little bump in that Social Security
Hmm.
benefit.
So what should we consider then before claiming at 62 versus waiting?
I would say if you're married, first and foremost, consider your spouse.
Yeah.
Okay. Claiming decisions are not just about you, they're about your household. So remember, if you predecease your spouse, he or she is going to go from two Social Security benefits coming into that household down to one. You want that remaining survivor's benefit to be as large as possible so that your plan not only works for the both of you while you're alive, but that it works for the survivor once you are gone.
Mhm.
The next thing I would consider is inflation. For the overwhelming majority of the population, Social Security is going to be the only guaranteed monthly income you get. with a cost of living adjustment that's indexed to the consumer price index.
Mhm.
It's truly inflation adjusted income. So the more of that Social Security you can build into your plan, the better equipped you're going to be to contend with rising prices over time, the rest of your life.
Mhm.
The other thing
Right.
you want to consider is taxation. So remember that depending upon how your finances and your investments are structured, anywhere from 0 to 80% of your Social Security benefits are subject to income taxes, but 100% of the withdrawals you make from your IRA or your 401k are going to be subject to income taxes. So that said, typically the more Social Security income you can build into your plan, the more tax efficient you're going to be.
Absolutely. It really is kind of a moving target, and that's why everybody's answer is going to be very different. So, Dustin, I know this is something you specialize in, helping people figure out their most financially optimal time to claim Social Security. So, if somebody would like to sit down with you and crunch the numbers, what's the best way to reach you?
Give me a text or a call at 830-476-2505, or reach out on the website to book a free chat at longlivemymoney.com.
Great. Dustin, thank you for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Aaron.